We only have 8 to 10 seconds.
I'm wondering what your thoughts are on bias.
Know why you made the decision. Stay consistent and don't second guess yourself.
Hello, everyone. We have one of our great friends here with us, Blorstad, a dance legend, 7 times US Open champions. We're going to talk about judging, also being a professional in the community. So stay with us. That's going to be very interesting. As a newbie, if we have someone that is hired for the first time judging at an event, what would be the first advice you would give to this person?
Make sure they understand either the paper system or the scoring system in general. Because knowing how to get what you see down onto either an iPad or a piece of paper, that's a whole challenge in itself. Assuming that the judge has dance knowledge and dance background, and they know what they like or they know what they want to see per division, I would say stay true to what's important to that person. And I realize for most judges, it's going to change relative to the division. Like if it's what you expect from novice and what you might expect from an all-star might be 2 different things. But the key thing is throughout the heats, just stay consistent and don't second guess yourself.
What would be your advice as a chief judge if something happened on the floor while a division is happening?
1, always remain calm. 2, I always say, do what you can to keep your eyes on the floor, because really all that iPad is for is to make sure that you can get your opinion down in that iPad. All the chief judges will say, it's not a problem, just walk on over to me, keep smiling. I can still be judging as I'm walking over. And then, of course, depending on how long the iPad was down, if the judge needs extra time, it's never a problem. So big thing is stay calm. We got it covered.
Yeah.
Type of a thing.
I remember now when I first judged a really big novice division, it was at Budapest, and it was, I think, 8 heats, and that was really stressful. And so there's a method, because I heard, for example, a few judges having a numbers of yes per heat. And sometimes newer judges are placed on novice, which is the biggest division and one of the hardest to judge.
You can't pick so many in each heat because you might end up with everyone in the last heat just awesome. When you have big divisions like that, your best bet is to take the iPad or your range that you have and mark them into groups best. So at least you know that they're at least close within the score of where you feel they are relative to the rest of the group. Then making it to the next round is really all about the collective of the judges. So I always tell newbies, don't overthink it. One thing that's really important, and I hope I get to really delve into this at Elevate, is being able to figure out what you're looking for each division. What do we expect from a novice? What do we expect from an intermediate, an advanced, an all-star, a sophisticated? Because I really feel that we want to not only train our judges, but train our dancers and our teachers what they should be putting importance on. If somebody comes to you and says, I want to compete in novice, let's get them good timing. Let's get them good posture, the whole good connection, all the good foundation.
What do you think about actually people not raw scoring everybody?
I actually love it. Chief judges should. Chief judges have to. Raw score judges have to. I chief judge everywhere. And I got to go to an event and I totally forgot I wasn't the chief judge. And I went down, I picked up my iPad and I'm like, oh, I'm not the chief judge. So for the first song, I got to just sit and just watch. Right when I saw maybe somebody that didn't check 3 boxes of mine for that division. Then I moved on, and then I kept looking, and I'm like, ooh, they're really good. I loved the fact that I felt like I had more time to truly watch everybody and see either a timing issue or a bobble, because I wasn't worried about trying to give everybody a score.
Like being able to actually differentiate, like, what am I looking for as a judge? And being able to see a couple and understand within 2 seconds if they actually check any of the boxes that need to make it to the next round.
It's not like they can't figure out real quick that we only have 8 to 10 seconds.
Has there ever been a time where you unchecked a box?
This is what I always tell some of the newbie competitors. We can tell when a leader's pulling a follow out too soon. We can tell when a follow is walking out of the connection. Don't worry. We see it. I might wait for the next song to possibly truly judge that follow. Our instinct as judges is to be fair and as honest as we can.
And I think that that's actually a really good testament to paying attention to the opposite role sometimes, not just paying attention to the role that you're supposed to be judging in that moment. And I'm really glad that you mentioned that.
What is your opinion on selecting judges for different divisions? And a second question with that is, what would be your advice to become a respected judge?
You have to respect the dance. You have to respect how the dance has changed, how it's evolved. We can definitely get into that at Elevate.
We have some judges that has been dancing for many years and they are champions. But to me, being a champion doesn't mean that you're a good judge in the dance. And also we have some dancers that are not champions, but they can be very good judges.
But they can be very good judges. You have to stay true to what do you believe are the important things for the champions. We sometimes see champions win where the connection wasn't necessarily great, and this one wasn't listening to this one, and vice versa. But they had a couple of great moments that the crowd went nuts. But does that, and I'm not going to answer it, but does that overshadow the not listening to each other? Know why you made the decision, and that's all anybody can ask.
And what would be the biggest difference, in your opinion, between judging social competitions as Jack and Jill and Strictly and judging routines like Showcase and Classic and Rising Star?
The fact that a routine couple gets to pick their own music, make it a good one, gets to choreograph and make choices ahead of time, to me is so important. All of those elements, degree of difficulty, floor craft, showmanship. I can now know that I'm coming around and I'm going to look off into the audience on the end of this spin, where in social dancing, I don't know if I'd ever get that chance. We will have certified judges, but then we want to certify routines. So it's just realizing what the other elements that you have to put importance on, because it is a routine.
I'm excited for you to even deeper into that at Elevate and talk about even routines and Jack and Jill and how to be a good routine judge and how to be a good social competition judge.
I wanted to ask your thoughts on bias, because we had for the first time choreographers and coaches judging the divisions that their students are in. And I'm wondering what your thoughts are and your opinion is on that, and if you think that bias has anything to do with it, if our community is doing a good job at holding biases at bay.
We're all professionals. At some point, we're going to have to judge our students. If you did do all of the choreography and you were the main one that coached them, part of me wants to say, we know you might be professional and might be able to judge them fairly, but just the perception is not necessarily great for the other couples. It's only fair that someone would kind of maybe recuse themselves or not necessarily allow it. But just because you choreographed a routine, if you weren't also the one that coached it the whole time, like, I feel like that's okay. When in doubt, pull yourself out. No need to even have it out there if you have other qualified judges to do it.
So thank you so much for your openness and your honesty. And we're going to dive into a lot more. There's so many questions I wanted to ask you, but there's not enough time, and we'll really be able to actually get into all of it at Elevate. So if you guys are interested, if you enjoyed this, come to Elevate. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait to hear what everyone's going to talk about. I'm already learning so much just sitting here with you. So this has been a wonderful time.
Thank you for having me.